Hello, my friends. It's your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, but right now I'm not feeling so friendly. Now, what happened today? Um, and this happened not too long ago, about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours by my time. Coming back from dinner, and the first thing I notice when I come back from said walk to get said dinner is that Ryu got hit with a strike, all because of one game. Now, personally, there was a similar incident on my channel in which I had one like that myself. And needless to say, that what I did was I actually went to the source and worded properly, and the stripe got just erased from my account. And this is because of a video game. Now, folks, I'm not as, well, how should I say this? I'm a very smart person. Smart enough to know that there are certain laws that must be taken care of in the world of art. As far as copyright is concerned, if anything is owned by you, as far as materials written or recorded by you, then in this case, you aren't breaking any laws. My friend Ryu got hit by a copyright strike due to a troll bigger than any troll ever existing on YouTube. And for what it is worth, this is an honest man. He's taken a hit for no reason at all. Just because he was simply playing a game with friends. Now, I don't know about you, but when you're playing games with friends, I would think, you're simply playing a game, and for what it's worth, it's not about getting views. It's not about getting subs, even though your work is what defines you in getting subs. Now, Ryu is one of my friends who basically does a lot, and I do mean a lot, of work off and online. He has a lot that he's going for. He has a lot that he has to put up with. He is the voice of reason in our group. And being as such, this is not how you treat people. This is not how you treat people online. He's a fellow YouTuber just like anybody else. He does as much work like anybody else. And he should have more people flocking to his channel like any other person who has ever put their material on the site. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us have been here since the very start of YouTube, so you know what that entails. But in this case, it is wrong for what has been happening. aside from all the stats and figures that YouTube is still going through, this is something that should not be. He's doing nothing wrong. But yet this one person was clearly not right in the head, is throwing a shit fit because of stupidity. Now I understand as an artist, I should also say as an author, I understand royalties. But there's a different way of going about getting your royalties and whatnot instead of attacking channels on YouTube. Channels that have no kind of connection whatsoever to the issues that this person has. Nor should said channel be out on a shit list just because. The problem with this world is blame game. We always blame others for our own misfortunes. And even if that is the case, we should be more than adequate to own up to what we've done. This generation today that we live within aren't grown up enough to know what is right and what is wrong. And self-entitlement don't mean jack shit. Self-entitlement nowadays should not mean anything. It should mean for something if you have a point to make. But as far as anything else goes, no. If I am all over the place with this subject, I have every right to be all over this place with this subject. Because 40 said some things on his channel which are rightfully true. And I'm going to say some things that are rightfully true. We should not be in fear of what we do on YouTube. I mean, most of you who have been on my channel, you guys know what I do. I do Let's Plays. I do reviews. I do everything in between that. And I'm not going to stand by while a good friend of mine is already stressing out the future of what's going to happen to this channel. And we've told him time and time again that nothing's going to happen to your channel. And even though he worries so much, we got to constantly tell him, assure him that everything's going to be alright. Now, I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to be on the fence. I'm just going to be perfectly blunt. This place needs to be manned. That's all it is. This place needs to be manned. I mean, a computer can't work without someone, a human operator, controlling it. And for what it's worth, this is my computer and I'm controlling it. I have my tools, my controller, my keyboard, my microphone, and of course my games. Everything that every Let's Player or anyone who does playthroughs needs. I suppose the term would be playthroughist. If it doesn't make sense, then it's gonna make sense now. But I'm not speaking as a Let's Player. I'm speaking as a YouTuber. And for what it's worth, I am standing with my fellow YouTuber Ryu from Breath of Fire. For what it is worth, it shouldn't have to be this way. No person should ever take a strike just for playing a game. I mean, it's silly because on my channel I have plenty of copyright claims just because certain pieces of music are being played. I'm not going to challenge each and every one of them because it makes no sense. I mean, I really hold no rights to music. It is part of the game. And I shouldn't have to try and edit a few things out just so everything can be on the safe side. And I say it as is. I went through a lot of games. I went through very few games like that had issues with music. I went through that with Sleeping Dogs. I went through that with Dynasty Warriors 8. Extreme Legends. I went through that with Samurai Warriors 4-2. And that made no damn sense whatsoever. People, it is hard being a gamer online, especially being on YouTube. And the last thing you want to worry about is the music being played in the background of the game that you're already doing on your channel. Respectfully. It doesn't make sense for anyone to actually want to jump at the chance to say, "This is mine, I deserve it. I deserve all the royalties of this video because it is my work." Oh, shut the fuck up. Okay? Just shut the fuck up. The very people you should be taking on are the very people that screwed you over. Not the people who are actually playing the games and quote unquote we're promoting said work. That is what we do as Let's Players. That is what we do as video gamers. That is what we do on YouTube. I mean, most of us who play older games, we appreciate them. Even with newer games, we appreciate them. We say what we feel about them. We review them, we go through them, and we just say if it's good or not. That's up for you to decide, not for us. We play them just because we can enjoy them. Now, our livelihood should not be put at risk just because. I want my royalties. I want what's coming to me. Yeah, you're going to have what's coming to you, alright. I mean, I swear to God, it doesn't make no sense just for this one thing happening. And I mentioned before, it happened to me as well. It happened with one game I remember, and it was called Tatsunoko Fight. And it's all because of basically the content. I mean, really, if you look at it, the game basically had just a minute and 50 seconds of the opening theme to each hero from the Tatsunoko brand. And the rest was just fighting. You know, it was just a straight up fighting game past all that. And I had to fight. I was in the same boat that Ryu's in now. I had to basically fight this, and I was ready to say, okay, if I gotta do the following, wait for, say, 60 days or no, not 60 days, 6 months. I had to wait till like, oh, if I had to wait till a whole half year and I didn't do anything about it, I would have been prepared. It had nothing to do with, really, I wasn't breaking any community guidelines. That's the funny thing. Wasn't breaking any community guidelines. My friend here, he's in the same boat that many of us were in before. You didn't break any guidelines. Therefore, you're not in the wrong. You get a copyright strike just because you were playing one game. And basically it was the music. The music that got you a strike for no apparent reason. Let me tell you something. If music became such a big issue, then how come we don't have many more video games that give you the option to turn off the sound, which means the music, and all you want to hear is deathly silence and sound effects. Music is what makes everything. You hear it in churches. You hear them in video games. You hear them in movies and TV alike. Granted, people need to make music on the grounds that it will change them, in which they'll feel something, in which it will forever make them into better people. Listening to, something from River City Ransom Underground. It's just about the same as playing just River City Ransom. Or the Japanese version, Neketsu Koha Kunio-kun. About the same thing. You hear the same peppy beat as you did before. You're just hearing more and more tracks. Now, for this person, in which everybody should know right about now, well, let me just say this. You're one of very few people that make others who are trying to exist in this dog-eat-dog world look bad. Really. Honestly. It's bad enough we have people already doing that. And they're called politicians. And we had to deal with this. Even though we shouldn't have to deal with it, we're dealing with it because we listen to the news almost every day. So therefore, it becomes an issue with us. Because what they do reflects on our country as a whole. This person, which I for one am going to leave nameless because everybody knows this person, has issues. And we're not talking about just one game. This person has issues beyond issues. It's beyond the beyond issues, that shall I say. And for what it is worth, something has to be done. And pretty much, those who will agree with me, I'd say something has to be done. Because it's not going to be good for anybody. It's already good for one person who has been accused of such a thing as this. because of one video game, because of they want the royalties and everything else that goes with it. See, the smart thing is, if you're going to go into a business like that, copyright your work. You know, I had to do that with my books. I'm actually doing it with my books, really, to make sure that everything that is made from you stays in your name and right. And you should be working within the law just to protect what you sell, what you make, and what goes on with that. But apparently, in this case, stupidity happened. And because of stupidity, we live in an age in which that plays a factor in what we do. And it shouldn't have to be that way, but it is. So, I'm going to say this. Swing on by Ryu's channel. Give him a few words of encouragement. Try to help the poor man out, because even though it doesn't bother him, like he says, it bothers him because it's his work he's worried about. And no one should have to worry about their work as much as that man is going through right now. So, swing on over by his channel, which is youtube.com/user/Ryu from Fire, and cheer him up, give him some words of encouragement, as I said, and you know, at the same time, support him, because he needs all the help that he can get. Well, that's it, folks. I happen to be your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi. And with that, I'm going to war. Or I'm going back into the battle zone. Take care, everybody. Have a great and safe, insane weekend. I'll see you next time.